Pizza Mom Shop Pizza. So I am on property search. I'm looking at some land. I'm looking to buy some land that's near some caves. I'm looking to buy some land that's in the city. I'm looking to buy some land that's in the boondocks. I'm looking at a couple states to buy land right now. Virginia, Mississippi, and Illinois. Um, and I'm also looking at a place in either Arizona or New Mexico. So I'm looking at places, and I have all these properties lined up that I want to buy, and I want to buy them in the next 5 months. So you should never get tired of buying land. When cities get overcrowded, it's time to leave. It's time to leave. When you have a homeless epidemic, it's time to leave. Because the property services and the city services, the town services, they're all gonna go bad. You know, this is just like how one property really looks, right? When you're trying to buy, it's already sold. Like you want to look for agents who have um, good reviews. You want to go to a website that's reputable. Um, this is simple. Like you have enough money to buy the land, and you have enough money to put the escrow down. You have enough money to close out the title fees for the attorney. It's simple. Like you buy some land for like $1,000. At most, it's probably gonna cost you $1,000. You know, like it's very simple. When I bought my house, it wasn't a hard process because I had money saved up. Um, like right now, I have equity in my home. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to get property that's in Chicago that my granddad left behind. I'm trying to get property in Mississippi, aside from the properties that I'm already looking at that my great grandfather left behind. So like I have an opportunity to like look at what I'm searching for and to find out what I want. Um, all this stuff is it takes patience. Like it's very easy to have patience when you know what you want. And you know that you're geared towards finding out that you're going to get it. You know what I mean? Like if I knew next month that I would have this land right here, um, I would save up. I would be patient. I would have to do diligence, and I would go through with it. You know, that's how I look at buying land. So this person right here, they sold it. They don't necessarily have any reviews, but there's some realtor agencies that's on here, who wholesale and invest that have reviews, and they're good reviews. So that's what you want to look for. Um, so I'm looking at land that's like in a range of altogether maybe I don't know $6,000. That's what I want. I want to get some cheap land, and I want to buy it. And I want to hold on to it. Um, I don't sell my land. I don't sell it. Um, like even a house that I have right now, like if I were to get another house and I would just like have it, and I felt like both of the houses were a burden, I would probably put one out to rent. You know what I mean? Let the person who's leasing it, renting it, let them tear it up. Take the money that I got from them and repair everything, put it back together. Maybe put some strict codes on, what can be used, what can't be used on the property. Um, but other than that, you have to buy land, and you have to make sure when you buy this land that you zone it off, because people will come and use your land when you're not looking, and they will mess it up. They will mess it up even if you have raw land. They will, leave patches on the ground. They would mess it up. So like you have to take care of Mother Earth, and you have to make sure that you make sure other people take care of it. You know what I mean? Um, you have to be a tycoon when it comes to buying land. Like you work at McDonald's, you save up $500 after 2 checks. Put that on the side. Put that towards buying land. Don't go out and buy clothes. Don't go out and, do restaurant visits, buying food. You know, don't go on a road trip. Like, put that towards buying land. Like, that stuff is going to benefit you in the long run. Because, like, when you have ownership, what can someone tell you? What can someone tell you when you have ownership? You know, if a company or organization finds out that you have land, they may want to invite you to speak about your process of developing the land. They may want to put money towards you having the land. The county, the state may want to put money towards you having the land in your ownership. I was just looking at the House of Commons, and I emailed the House of Commons, the UK Parliament, and I was telling them, like, you all have to do something about the subjects here in America that's from Britain. You know what I mean? Like, I know they want us to contact them because, like, I did it, like, we need to have, if their citizens are in our land, like the Welsh people, the Irish people, um, the Scottish people, all of the other people, right? If they're in our land, we have to participate in their government in Britain. We have to. They're English people. We have to participate. We have to tell them, how to handle certain situations, like after a police shooting. I told them, like, they have to do something about what's going on over here. Like, something, like, give them incentives to come back home. You know what I mean? Because, like, I'm looking at a statistic, and it's like every 100 people that leaves their homes, during a weekday, they're stopped by a police officer. And, like, if you have raw land like this is like just outside the county, right? Say you got, a homestead right here. If a police officer comes all the way out there and steps on this land, you have a suit. This is what I'm saying. Like, someone steps on your land. It don't matter if it's in the city. If you own the land, someone steps on your land, you have a case against the city. You have a case against the state. You have a state. You have a say. You have a say against the union. You have an opportunity to sue the heck out of them. You know what I mean? You don't want people thinking that they can just come onto your land, start questioning you, offering up sizes. Like, you can't come on this land. You got a clean deed to it. You got a clean title to it. You can't come on this land. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I'm doing right now, in the state that I'm in right now. I'm just like, let me buy as much land as I can every year. Because when you're a property owner, they allow you to buy cheap land, twice a year. So if you buy two parcels of land, 1 year, you have to wait until, the duration runs out to where you can buy some more land. So the next year comes up, you can buy 2 more pieces of land. That's the thing that I'm doing right now. I'm buying up land near me. Like, just every time I see some land, I'm buying it up. And this is how people should want to be. Because when you get so much land, you don't have to worry about, someone doing something to your land. You don't have to worry about that. The thing you have to worry about is the city going to keep up with the services. And that's something you don't have to even worry about, because after you buy it, it's up to the city to do their part. They have to come up with the funding. You see what I'm saying? It's so easy being a landowner. It's so easy. All you do is have to contact the realtor, who you're buying the land from, the agent, and just talk to them about all your insecurities. Like, talk to them. This is how I first found out how to buy land, how to buy a home. I started talking to them about, what should I do here? What should I do there? And they were telling me, like, we'll take you step by step through the process, you know? And I got the land. It was nothing I had to worry about because the equity was in the land. If it was a bad deal, all I had to do was just sell the land away and get my money back. But I don't want the money back. The money is not going to do anything for me that the land can do amazingly. You get some land, you can do anything on that land. When it rains, you can lay down seeds. When the dirt when the dirt doesn't yield, you can replace the soil. You can better the pH of the soil. You can do a lot of things with it. You can lay wood on the soil. Boom, now you got a homestead. These are small projects that everybody can be doing. Because ultimately, like, people are going to want land. And what I'm seeing is that, when you keep land in the family, this benefits the next generation who is coming after you. Because that way they don't have to do all the legwork. Say you got a 1-year-old niece, a 1-year-old great niece, like in my case. I can keep this land in my family and give it to them. If I don't have children, I can give it to them. This way, they can get out of a certain situation that they're not supposed to be in, or they can't help. They can get out of that certain situation, like living in Chicago. You don't want to live in Chicago? I got land in this state. You can do what you have to do. Go to the military, find you a husband, have them build that land up. You all put y'all money towards that particular land. Buy some more land so your great granddaughter can be good. Your great grandniece can be good. That's how you should do it. We have to think for the generations ahead. We have to think for the generations ahead. Because if we don't, the situation we're going to have is that you're going to have someone who's going to be in and out of jail. You're going to have someone who's not going to be able to help their situation, and they're going to be trying to figure out, how do I pay this fee? How do I pay that fee? And all they needed was some land. How do I pay this court fee because I got caught in this situation? The cities, they set traps every day when they start to get overpopulated. They set traps for its citizens. This is why I was like, I'm going to buy land. I have to buy land. Like all this right here, these caves, these mountains. That's the stuff that, you want to be around. You know what I mean? Like taking a 4x4, like these roads right here, you need a 4x4. You need a 4-wheeler. Like you need to travel across here, travel across there, build you a little cabin, fence it off, bring some fruit trees or something like that can, get through the winter. Bring them, plant them in the dirt, see how they do over the winter, see how they do over the spring. That's how you want to do it. That way, you can see whoever's coming down the dirt road. You can see who's coming. In most of these cities, you don't see who's coming down the road. All you see is someone is turning on a corner. There's no corners in places like this. You see exactly who's coming and who's coming with them. You see exactly who's coming. Like our ancestors used to set landmines and dirt traps and road traps for their enemies who were coming these directions. You know what I mean? Like we knew routes to get through a cave and over a cave. Like we knew the land entirely. You know what I mean? Like this is great land right here. And like these lands that you see in like Arizona, New Mexico, they're selling. California, they're selling. A lot of people are buying these lands, and what they're doing is, they're holding on to them. They're letting the land appreciate, and they're selling the land, at a um, double price than what they bought it. You know, so I can't buy this particular land right here because it's already sold. But like, there's more land like this. All you have to do is go on the company website. Don't buy it directly from the company. Paste the address of that company and find it um, on like Zillow, Trulia. Find it and purchase it through the website. So when you buy it, they give you the option: do you want a lender? Like buy it through the website. Don't buy it through their website. Buy it through the agent website. That way you got a good sale. They respond back, you got a good sale. Like you go to the military, these type of little taxes right here, that stuff will be waived. It'll be waived. You're a military veteran, you're probably not going to be paying taxes because a good part of those taxes will be waived. I don't know how it is in every state, but like if you're a military veteran, you'll get good recommendations. You'll get a good sale. So like I'm looking at land and like I really want to just start like buying land like every month. You know what I mean? Because like this is going to set my family up for generations of wealth. You know what I mean? Say the last thing we invest in is like a truck or RV. That's the last thing we should invest in. Like right now, you spend 10 years just buying land. After that, go on to get you an RV, get you a truck. Travel between state and state. You may want to be in this state one day. You may want to be in this state one week. You may want to be in this state one month. You may want to spend time in this state for a whole year. Now you're in these states. You're building as you go. You're leaving your tracks where you go. So I'm continually looking for land to buy as I find new land. So like just get this stuff a look, man. Like keep your money, man. Like just buy land. Like seriously. Because I'm really saying that, there's no better way to, spend the rest of your life when you're retired than to buy land. That's what my grandfather did. He just bought land. To the day he died, he was buying land and buying cars. That's all he was doing. He had a car lot in front of his house. On the side of my auntie house, he had a car lot. He would park his cars that he would buy, park them over there, and he would have people come by and look at the cars, and he was selling to them. And when he died, my brother, he took over the business. You see what I'm saying? His stepson took over the business when he died. So like this is something you always want to do. It's like have stuff situated, you know? You want to have stuff situated. Um so I'm hoping like, um when I get this stuff in like in my final days when I'm old, I'm able to pass this stuff down. There's not a problem with the courts transferring the title or the deeds. Like I'm hoping because like you don't want to spend your entire life trying to get things right and like someone comes along and try to, baffle you. You know what I mean? Like impede on your progress. You know what I'm saying? Like someone who's trying to lease the land. You know what I mean? Like this is family inheritance. Like you can't get in between family inheritance. This is why I was upset with the city of Chicago when, they didn't give our land back. You know what I'm saying? Like that particular area where we had land at, it belonged to us. Like you just can't come into the city and say we're going to build something public on private land. And like the city, Chicago, they still have to repay us like eventually. You know what I'm saying? They still have to repay us like cuz that hurt, man. Like after we moved from the southwest side of Chicago by Marquette Park, once we moved from over there, we had it rough. We were all over the city, like here and there, like trying to keep addresses that we had, and we couldn't keep them. You know what I'm saying? Because like we had to rent our own, like it was just terrible. You know what I mean? Um, a lot of memories were made on that particular side of Chicago, and like the city just came and took it from us. You know. So I'm glad people are talking about their story, saying the state of America, like they owe a debt. America owes a debt to its people. America has to pay back what it took. There was once upon a time that Americans owned all the farmland. Now we don't own no farmland. We don't own anything. We're in and out of public shelters. So like I'm glad people are telling their stories. I'm listening to everybody's story. I'm learning from everybody. There's not a person who I'm not learning from. I'm encouraging people to tell their story. I want to know people's story. You know, we have two ears for a reason because we have to listen. Tell us how your family lost their land. Have you been owning or renting for the past 20 years? Did your parents own? Did your grandparents own? What type of land did they have? Was that land developed? Was it raw land? Was it a homestead? Was it a cabin? Was it a mansion? Was it a prairie? What type of home did they have? Did you have any carpenters in your family? Did you have any plumbers? Like I want to know everything because like the more I learn, I know that the better off I'll be in my old age. I'll know a lot that I can give to my nieces because like you got to be there for your nieces and like your nephews. You got to be there for them. You know. Great peace, Yakoki.